What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back to 90 Day Fiancé, Season 8, Episode 15. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So, let's go ahead and start with Jovi and Yara. So, they're in LA. They flew into LA. They're driving to Vegas. That's, we do that a lot. It's cheaper sometimes you got to see which flights are cheaper. Is it cheaper to fly into LA and just take a car up? It's like a 2-hour drive or whatever, or cheaper to fly into Vegas. So that's what they decided to do. Jovi is there with some of his friends, and of course Yara is not feeling it. She's not happy. She's not there. She said, listen, I appreciate that I'm able to get to see another part of the country, but this is just not what I wanted. This is not what I envisioned. It's not what I asked for. I told Jovi I wanted a small ceremony with just the two of us. And here I am stuck in a minivan with Jovi and like 3 or 4 of his friends. And this is not what I asked for. I told Jovi he can invite his mama. Next thing I know, he done invited 20 other people. And this turned into exactly what I didn't want. On top of that, I asked Jovi to stop drinking so much. I told him one night at his bachelor party, don't come home drunk, don't come home late. And he did both. And I feel like he's not listening to me. He's not hearing me. And he's just doing whatever he wants to do. And on top of all of that, I am pregnant. I am pregnant. And I am not here for this. So she tries to call her best friend on the phone. And her best friend doesn't answer the phone. So she leaves this long, depressing voicemail message. Don't nobody listen. Don't nobody leave voicemails no more, okay? You would have hung up that phone. You would have sent her a text, or you would have sent her a voice memo. You would not have left that long-ass message on her voicemail. Because you know why? Because she ain't going to listen to it. I can't tell you the last time I listened to a voicemail. I even got my mama out of the habit of leaving me messages, because I used to tell her all the time. My mama would call me and leave a message. And I would say, Ma, what you want? Didn't you check your message? No, I saw you call me and I called you back. What you want? She don't even leave messages no more. Okay? If I can get my mama out of the habit of leaving a message, then I know good and well, Yara, you ain't leaving no messages on anyway. Anyway, child. So they get to Vegas, they check into the hotel, and of course all of Jovi's friends are like, alright, let's meet down at the bar. When we gonna meet at the bar? And Jovi was like, okay, cool. I'm about to go upstairs, I'm about to change my clothes, and I'm gonna bring my butt right on back down these steps, and we're gonna we're gonna party. And Yara is like, that's not what I want. It's, we're here. I want us to spend some time together. We're supposed to be here getting married. And here we are. We're going to go to the bar to get drunk. Now, on the way down to Vegas, we found out not only does Jovi not have a suit for the wedding, he ain't even got a damn ring. Sir, he talking about something. Well, I mean, I figure we can get something when we get there. Sir, how do you not even have a ring for the wedding? Listen, I have gone back and forth with this Jovi Yara situation, because I think both of y'all be doing dumb stuff sometimes, but golly. Anyway, so, they're at the hotel, and at first she says, yes, I'm going to go downstairs with you and your friends. I'm going to go. And then I guess she starts thinking about it, and she starts realizing that she really doesn't want to do it. And so she's talking to him, and she's telling him, she said, listen, I don't even know if I want to get married. Because I feel like I'm talking to you, and I'm telling you things, and it's going in one ear, and it's going out the other ear. I feel like you're not respecting me. You're not respecting my wishes. And I really, really, really don't understand. And at this point, I just don't even know if this is what I want anymore. And so, of course, I think Jovi heard that. And he was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I love you. And this isn't, I want you to be happy. And I want you... Oh, sorry, y'all. I want you to be happy, and I want you to love me and respect me. Like, I want all of these things. Because at first he was like, do you really hate my friends that much? And she was like, it's not even about that. I like your friends, but I want to spend time with you. We are supposed to be here getting married. It is about us, not about them. Like, and I feel like this is becoming more about them than it is about us. And I don't like that, and that's not what I wanted. And so he heard her, and he apologized, and he said, okay, we ain't got to go out. It's just going to be me and you. He said, I'm going to find something else for us to do, something romantic, and it's going to be us. Because he was really excited about sharing. He said, he really wanted to show her another city. Like, he was really excited about taking her around Vegas. So he said, okay, it can just be the two of us. That's fine. It can just be the two of us. So that's where that ended. Now, Michael and Natalie. Michael and Natalie. Natalie is packing up. She's saying goodbye to Uncle Bo. Tamara is, got the car all revved up to take her. Mike is crying. She's crying. Mike wants to, talk to her. She don't want to talk to Mike. They get in the car. She's upset. And I get it. I 100% understand. On the day of the wedding, you going to call the wedding off. Listen, Mike. You knew you ain't want to marry that woman before she even came over there. The only reason why you let her come over is because y'all had already gone through all of the trouble and paid all of that money for the K1 visa to begin with. And it is a lot of money to throw away. So you let her come over hoping that maybe y'all could reconnect. But you knew long before that 90 days was over that you wasn't feeling it and y'all hadn't reconnected. Now, I don't know if there's an extension that y'all can get or whatever the situation is, but under COVID, all of that was going to be shut down. And you waited until the day of the wedding, 3 days before her visa expires, to tell her, no, I don't want to get married. How else is she supposed to act, Mike? How else is she supposed to feel? Now, I ain't been no big Natalie fan throughout this whole situation, but on this one, I'm 100% with her, right? So Mike, of course, he's paying for her plane ticket. He's paying for her to stay at a hotel in Seattle. So his neighbor is giving her a ride to Seattle. She done packed up all her stuff, giving her a ride to Seattle. Halfway there, or however long it took, she realizes, I don't have the credit card. He made the reservation, but when I go to check in, I'm going to need to present the credit card. We got to go back and get the credit card. She gets back there. Michael gives, the lady driving the credit card, and he says, he gonna say to Natalie, so can I have the ring back? For real, Mike? She said, no, I'm not giving you the ring back. He was like, you're not gonna give me the ring back? She said, no. She said, I don't have to give you the ring back. You called off the wedding, so it's my ring. You did this. I'm not giving you the ring back. He was like, well, all you're going to do is sell it. You don't really want it. She was like, I'm going to keep it to remind me of my pain. Yep, yes, I am. I want my ring. I'm keeping it. So then he was like, Natalie, can I just talk to you for a minute? She was like, nope. We ain't got nothing to talk about. He said, well, can I give you one last hug? She was like, Michael, I cannot do this. And now, by this time, she done fell out, and, she done fell out in the tears again. And she was like, I can't do this. What is it that you want? Like, what do you want from me? I can't do this with you. So she ends up begging Tamara, can you please drive off? Can you please drive off? I can't do this. Please, please. And I was just like, and I know that Tamara was torn because Mike is her friend, but, I'm sure as a woman, she understood where Natalie was coming from too. So she finally ends up driving off, and Tamara gonna say, well, I think he just wanted to talk. She's gonna say, fuck you, and Mike wanted to talk. And I don't think she meant it quite like that. But, girl, I feel her though. I'd have been the same way. Like, listen, I done already told y'all no. I done already told y'all no. So ain't nobody got time for all of that. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. So anyway. Oh, Lord. Brandon and Julia. Child, Brandon and Julia. COVID is shutting everything down. It is what it is. We all went through that. I'm not going to go back through what they're doing. They have to shut everything down, whatever. But the parents are saying, listen, with everything going on, with stuff shutting down and all of that, maybe y'all need to go ahead and get married now. Because, remember at the beginning of COVID, we didn't know how long it was going to last. We didn't know how long things were going to be closed and all of that. And the parents were like, listen, what we don't want is for the visa to run out. We don't want the visa to run out. And, y'all, so they were like, why don't you go ahead and get married now? Now, Brandon is like, okay, well, let me, all right, let me talk to Julia about it. So he talks to Julia about it. And, of course, she's disappointed, but she definitely understands. She's like, listen, I get it. I understand. But she's like, I don't have a dress. I don't have any shoes. I don't have anything. And the mom was like, listen, I can take you. We can go get all that stuff tomorrow. We can get it as soon as possible before everything just totally shut down. So we can at least get some of this stuff. And then we can, we can make some phone calls and get it done as soon as possible. So they end up calling to the church and find out that they can actually get it done that weekend. That Sunday, they can have it after church on Sunday. And Brandon could care less. Let's be clear. Brandon don't care nothing about this wedding. He I mean, and again, I think he cares about marrying Julia, but I don't think he cares anything about the wedding, which is two different things. I think he wants to marry her. I just think he don't care about the wedding. Well, of course she does, and of course she wanted a nice wedding in a church, you know, and now it is, she understands what they have to do and why they have to do it this way. But of course it's definitely not what she envisioned. And she's upset because Brandon isn't upset. You know what I mean? Like, and her thing is, at the end of the day, you really just don't care. Like, you don't care. So she ends up getting mad and they get into another fight, and he is sitting there like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, he's totally, I don't know what's happening right now. All right. Stephanie and Ryan / Harris. So listen, it's Harris's last day there. He got to get back. He got to get back and go to work. And so they're hanging out at the resort. You know, he climbing trees and getting coconuts for her. And they sitting on the dock drinking the coconut water. And, oh, it's all nice and romantic. And, you know, they're talking about, you know, their future. What's going to happen next? Does he really want to come to Michigan and all of that? Now, here's what I'm going to say about Harris. Every time they ask Harris about coming to Michigan, it's never because of how much he loves Stephanie. It's always about the opportunity that it will provide for him. Now, he tells Stephanie to her face that he loves her. But I'm saying, when he's in his confessional talking to the producer, it's always about the opportunity him coming to America will provide for him and his family, and how well he will be able to do with him and his family. So then she says, well, you know, I'm still worried about this whole baby mama situation. And I hate the way she says baby mama. First of all, I'm one of those people that hate that term baby mama anyway. But I hate the way she says it. I told y'all, I feel like I'm already just feeling some kind of way about it anyway. And I just, So she done went on the boy's Facebook, or the man's Facebook, and she done found pictures of him and the mother of his children. And she talking about this picture was only a couple of months ago. I mean, are y'all really together or not together? He said, listen, it was my birthday. She was there. We took a nice picture. It's nothing going on with us. We are not together. It is what it is. Like, I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I done said it every which way I know how to say it. We are not together. We are not a couple. Like I said, he done already hit her with the phone call and said, girl, I need you to go along with this. Now, Stephanie talking about she's not going to totally feel at ease until she gets a chance to talk to the mother, the baby mama herself, and hear come out of her mouth that they're not together and that, you know, the relationship is over. And again, on one hand, I understand where she's coming from. On the other hand, I can't respect you because you a hoe. But, you know, whatever. So he's packing up the next day, and she ends up giving him all the stuff that Ryan didn't take. Come to find out, Ryan then called her. She said, well, this is the first time that he's reached out to me since he left, but this is his pattern. This is what he does. We get into these arguments, and we go off on each other, and then, you know, he calls me back, and he always finds a way to get back in my good graces. But it's not going to work this time because, of course, now I'm in love with his cousin. So she done gave him all of Ryan's clothes, watches, and all these $3,000 watches that she done bought that don't have a case. But anyway. Then she go to give him some money. She go to give him $100 bill. He's never seen a U.S. $100 bill before. He thought it was fake. He said, I've never seen money like this. You sure this is real? And she was like, of course it's real. Like, what are you talking about? He was like, are you sure this is real? She was like, it's real. He's talking about something. Oh my gosh, like, it would take me, he said, this is more than, I think he said like a month's pay or 2 months pay or something like that. And he's like, you know, she told me to buy myself a treat. I'm gonna go get my kids something with this. Like, I can go buy my kids some toys or something with this. And I was like, wow, that's really sad. But anyway, he ends up going, and she's, you know, thinking about, she's gonna cancel the visa for Ryan. And now she's like, and maybe we'll be getting a visa for, you know, Harris in the future. I don't know. I still have some questions about the whole baby mama thing, but we'll see. Zayed and Rebecca. Rebecca is stressed out, upset. They're going to get married. They done booked the cabins. They said they can host the wedding. It's her best friend is coming. Her daughter, her son's not gonna be able to come because they're worried about COVID. Her and Zaid. So they are Saeed done packed himself a red suit and some blue shoes to get married in, and she is looking at him like, I know you not. I know you not. Red shoes? I mean, a red suit and blue shoes, sir? And he was like, what? What's the problem? She can't find her engagement ring. She's feeling stressed out. She's feeling rushed. You know, she, her dress doesn't fit. Like, she's just, and she was like, you know, and she said, you know, I'd be lying to say that it hasn't crossed my mind to just call this whole thing off. But of course, if she calls it off, he going back home if he can get in the country because, you know, it's COVID. But he going back home. So he calls his sister because he didn't tell his sister that they were getting married. I mean, his sister knew that was the plan, but she didn't know they were getting married this soon. And, you know, she don't seem to be here for Rebecca. She ain't happy about it because I guess her thing is, why you couldn't find a woman here? Like, why did you have to go all the way to America to find love? Like, you couldn't find love here? Like, I don't understand it. But ultimately what he told her was like, listen, you're married and you have children. Like, you're happy. Like, you have what you're looking for. I don't. You know, I need help. Well, not I need help, but I'm in love, you know. So they get to the resort. Of course, Rebecca's in a nasty mood. She's moody. She's snapping at him. And he knows that she's upset. And he was like, well, I don't know what she want me to do about it. Like, I already told her it is what it is. Like, I know she's mad. I know she's stressed out. And I wish I could do something to make her feel better. But I ain't got nothing for her. Like, I can't make her feel no better than what she already, what's already going on. So then her best friend is there. And so she goes to talk to her best friend. And her best friend, the one that, her friend was like, listen, I didn't want you to do this, but we here now. What is it? What's going on? And she gave her some good advice about, the fact that this is what she said, you've worked for this for 2 years. Like, this is the man you've loved for 2 years. And I know that y'all haven't spent a lot of time around each other and a lot of time together, but think about that. Think about that this is the man you've been trying to get to come here for 2 years, She said, what do you want to do? Like, I love you and I support you. What is it that you want to do? And so she was just like, I don't know. Tariq and Hazel. So it's wedding time, they're getting everything together. They got the bridesmaid. The flower girl dressed for his daughter. And they're, getting everything together, getting married like the next day. And Hazel decides that she would like to call her parents and let her parents know. She said, I no longer want to live a lie. I want to let my parents know that I'm bisexual. And so she called her parents and she told them. Now, the daddy understood what she was saying, and he was kind of like, okay, it's all right. And the mama was like, it's a mistake. I know she didn't say that she liked girls. That's not what she said, right? Oh, no, this is a mistake. I know that's not what my baby said. My baby didn't say she liked women. That ain't what that's what she said? She liked women? Oh. She liked women. Oh. Right. But her parents didn't, I guess, react the way that she thought they react. Like, they totally turned their backs on her, or cussed her out, or anything like that. And so she definitely felt better about that. Child, Andrew and, what's her name? Anila. I feel like that's wrong, but it starts with an A. She's supposed to get on the plane. Now, what we see is the fact that she didn't get on the plane, and Andrew is upset, and he's like, I ruined it, I screwed it up. So then we rewind 24 hours earlier. The two of them got into an argument, and she said that he picked a fight with her. Amira. She's saying that he picked a fight with her because he started asking her about the children situation and said, you're not the person I thought you were. You're ruining what we have because we're not on the same page about having children. And he was just, this is her side of the story, that he was yelling at her and he was being really, really mean to her. And she said that the next morning she got up, and even with all of that about the horrible night that they had and everything like that, she still got up that morning and she still went to the airport. And she was going to get on the plane to America. She said, I was still ready to go and meet him in America. And then he sends her a ticket to France. And he says, listen, now you have a choice. You can either come here with me or you can go back to France. At this point, I don't even care. So she was like, well, at this point, I don't even know what to do now. He gonna tell her the children at the daycare are better team players than you. And so she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Remember, her daddy told her, if you leave and get on that plane to go there, I ain't talking to you ever again. So now she's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? My dad mad at me. Andrew mad at me. I don't know what to do. So she ends up calling her father, and her father does what a father would do and say, listen, you know I love you. Yes, I was mad, and yes, I ain't feeling it, but get your ass on that plane and come on back home. You good. You good. Bring your ass home. And so that's what she gonna do. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. I don't blame her at all. Did I finish? I did not finish Tariq. So after Hazel and Tariq, after she told her parents and she felt really good about that situation, the next day she's staying at a hotel overnight so that, and he actually, his friends are throwing her a bachelorette party, which I thought was really, really sweet of them. She has a friend that she met through Instagram that's also from, she's from the Philippines. And so she came to the wedding. They had never met each other in person, but she came to the wedding. And then Tariq got her a female stripper. And I thought that was really sweet of him, And she said, the kind of woman I want look like her. Now, this was a stacked, built, she was sexy. She was a sexy woman, and of course she was twerking and lurking, and she was thick. She wasn't fat, she was thick. She wasn't skinny, she was thickum, and Hazel was like, that's the kind of girlfriend I want. Like, if I had to pick a girlfriend, it would be somebody like her. And so she thought it was really sweet that Tariq did that for her. And it also showed her that Tariq really does accept who she is, and it was cute. It was cute. It was really cute for him to do that, of him to do that for her. And that was pretty much it, y'all. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.